Hello, 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 my crafty friends. How are you all doing? As you guys tune in, share with me where you're visiting from. Let me know what's going on in your neck of the woods. I am so excited to be live right now. I am down here on a little work trip in 30A, Florida, which, if you have never heard of 30A, it is beautiful. I love it. It is awesome. We spend quite a bit of time in the fall down here. So I'm super, super excited to be down here and looking at a little property. And it's so good. But then I was like, oh my gosh, I have been planning this live stream and I was like, when is the best time to do it? And I thought right now would be so good to have this conversation because I know many of you are on the sidelines. I find it very important to shift gears and really focus in on serving our audience to make sure that the people out there that are meant to sell are selling. I find that so, so important because if it was not for when I first got started in 2010 with my Cricut, if I did not put myself out there and really start selling, I would not be where I am today. And let me just explain what that looked like. In 2010, it was selling my craft scared, it was putting myself out there, and it was just doing like uncomfortable work. And like that's not really super fun to talk about. And I love to stay focused on actually just crafting. Like I would love to say, you know what, all you need to do is craft your heart out. And of course, that's true. But for many of us to be able to craft more, it may require us to sell our crafts. So, anyway, I've been having this conversation. I've been thinking about this topic, and I really want to share why you're actually already totally ready to sell. You already have everything you need to sell. And a lot of you just need to accept that and go all in the belief that you're going to sell your crafts and you're going to figure out what that looks like, how to do it, everything like that. So we do this in April, and then September is a big time. We're gearing up for a live event at the end of this month. I am teaching a workshop Saturday. It is recession proofing your side hustle. And I just want to invite you, like, if you are someone who relates to what I'm about to teach, I have 5 points I want to go through. I really want to invite you to this workshop. It's $27. I'm giving you a lot of updated information of like where we're at currently. Can you really maximize and make money when we're in very high inflationary times? I think there's a lot of uncertainty out there in the market. So I really want to address a lot of that with actual data because a lot of this is true, but I want you to know you are in control of your earning potential. No one else is in charge. The government's not in charge of your earning potential. There's a time and a place where we have to say, it is my responsibility to earn more because of circumstances out of my control, right? If you have not increased your income a certain percentage over the last 18 months, you are actually making less money because things cost more now. So we're going over what that looks like, how much really that is, and how you're selling your crafts is actually go help you kind of counteract inflation. It's going to be awesome. And it's super simple. It's at 11 a.m. Eastern this coming Saturday, this week. I want you to get a ticket. It's completely recorded. So if you can't be there live, no worries. The recording is sometimes even better than being there live. So just grab your ticket. There's going to be limited seats. We've already filled close to 100. So we're only going to allow 200. So only 200 seats for this workshop, very intimate, planned for 2 hours. So 11 a.m. Eastern to 1 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to be awesome. Okay. But with all that said, let's talk about this conversation of why you're ready to sell. And notice that a lot of times I have conversation with you guys about if you should sell your crafts and like, are you ready to sell? Right? What I want you to really understand is that chances are, if you're listening to this recording right now or listening live, you are already ready to sell. Kristen says, OMG, hey, newbie here. Hey, Kristen. Chances are Kristen is already ready to sell because she's been getting involved in Maker's Gonna Learn. She's been learning how to be the excellent crafter that she is and really honing her craft and skill. And it's super, super important. Okay. It's very, very important that you guys know if you have a drawing to sell your crafts, if you have a inkling of like what would it look like to make an additional $500 a month, what have you, there's people out there doing it. And the only difference between me and you and like where I'm at in my business and where you're at in your side hustle or your business is that I started and just put myself out there and I failed a little and I had a little success. And the only thing we did was focus more on what worked and just rinse and repeat. That is the difference. That is all the difference. And for many of you, it's like going to like a beginner business school to where you can learn about profit, you can learn about charging, you can learn about selling. All of this is skills, and that's what we're teaching at the workshop. So I just really want to hit home with that as we dive into the training today. Cheryl says, I sold a tumbler, Tanner, so I can come to the training. Yay, Cheryl. I'm so excited. Listen, guys, last week, Cheryl commented on a live and she said, Tanner, I've got to sell a tumbler so I can come to the workshop. And I was like, Cheryl, go for it. And I think I also said, if you can't sell the tumbler, get a ticket so we can help you sell it. But she did it. So I can't wait to see you at the workshop. That is awesome that you sold a tumbler. I love, love, love that mindset of like, I'm going to go out there and sell something so that I can craft, like I can hone, like perfect my craft in selling even more. So Cheryl, I'm so proud that you're reinvesting into your business and making time for the webinar and the training on Saturday. It's going to be great. I love it. How do you find customers, and is Etsy the best platform? Deb, if you've never sold before, I teach a system where you literally put yourself out there to like your audience, which could be your friends, your family, what have you, and you kind of go from there. I believe that's like lever one. And I really like to think of it as like a chair. Okay. Do you see this chair has 4 legs? And I think this is very important. The chair has 4 legs. I want you, and like my vision for you is to have clients coming, like orders coming in for a full, like 2 more than one way, not one way, like 3 ways is preferred. So imagine if you had your like a Facebook group, super easy to set up. That could be one way to sell. Dottie, who is our inner circle Design Excel support, and she manages the group. She makes a lot of money just with a Facebook group. So good. So crazy. Number 2 can be, social media, Etsy, what have you, whatever that second platform is. And number 3 could just be referrals. Like those are 3 super great ways, because what will happen is that you'll find you're going to cap out on like your personal network. Then you can add in Etsy. Then you can add in like a Facebook group for like just people to invite people to and things like that. There's a lot of different ways that you can have diversified orders coming in. I love that question. So yay, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Aw, Kristen, I love it. You're so awesome. So let's dive in to why you're already ready to sell. This is very important. I want you to like listen up and really consider what I'm about to say, because this could really change the industry for you and your, I don't want to say life, but really potentially your life. Because if crafting is your passion, we want to help you craft more, right? Like, how can we do that? How can we get it to where you can justify crafting more? Which is why I'm always on fire for people to sell their crafts, because you get to craft more, you become a better crafter, you're able to perfect your skill thanks to people ordering from you. All right. So number 1, you need to, if you are on the fence and you're like, Tanner, I have never sold my crafts, I don't feel confident. Here's my challenge. If you're in the chat box, I want you to comment how much you have spent on your crafts supplies. Okay. Because point number 1 is you've invested a lot. And I think it's very important for you to understand that you have made an investment, because it shows that you're serious. Okay. it shows that you're serious. And when we can start connecting the dots between your body and your brain is go offer you thoughts like, oh, you're not good at this. Like, oh, there's better people to do this. But if we start supplying that thought with the facts, like, oh, shoot, I have spent over $1,000. I have spent 1,500. Everyone's commenting too much, 2 arms and a leg. Yes, more than I can imagine. Maybe a kidney. Exactly. So we need to start showing our brain that. And I think it's something that we can gloss over. We have never thought about like, oh, should I sell my crafts? But I'm actually really equipped because I have everything necessary. Isn't that so cool? Like, do you see why it can start? You can start being like, oh, maybe I am cut out for this. Like, it just is a shift in our brain that we're like, oh, that is big. You've invested a lot. It is so cool that you have invested in this in yourself, that you've invested in this art, and it's awesome. This is not a you shouldn't spend that money, because I know all of you steward your money really well. And this is not like you put your family out. Like, this is not a huge, grand scheme number, but it's just something to really be conscious of. And if you're nervous and you're like, oh, I still don't feel good about it, write out everything you bought. Cricut Maker, 400. Heat press, 300. Printer, 200. Like, vinyl, so much money. Like, you could add it up and add it up and add it up, and you're starting to be like, okay, this is real money. And I think it's just important so that you can take yourself serious, because no one is going to take you as serious as you take yourself. Like, no one's ever going to respect you more than you respect yourself. None of that. Like, if you wonder how I've built the business I have, it's over such like specific belief in helping people. Like, I know I can help people master their Cricut. There's nothing in this world I'm probably better at than teaching people how to use their Cricut. Like, that's so important, because then I can show up and I know, and this is just like a side selling tip, I know that I can help you with your Cricut. And I also know if you're not a member of Maker's Gonna Learn, you're not going to be able to master your Cricut as well, as fast, and it's not going to be as easy as if you're a member, which is really fascinating. So I believe that. I know that. I have thousands of students that can back that up with testimonials. So how do I show up to the people that are not already a member, right? I show up and I'm very upfront and I'm very frank and I'm very, some people love to say it's salesy, but the fact of the matter is I'm not trying to like serve everybody. I'm looking for the exact people that believe in themselves enough to make that investment so that I can help them to the fullest potential. And why, like, you may sit here and say, Tanner, why would you give this example? I think it's very similar to you. I think it's very similar to what you can do in your market, right? Think about who you want to serve. You can name them. You can think about that you want to make like little Halloween baskets or little Christmas ornaments, what have you, for who that person is. And it can be even like a family friend. Like, it could be someone you really know as your example. We call this like a customer avatar. And you really want to get to know them. And you really want to know why you're going to help them and why it's important that you help them, and like really talk towards that. Okay. So anyway, I went off on a little training, as I do. I love to over deliver for you guys. So if you're with me, drop a 1. If you're with me, you loved point number 1. Let's talk about point number 2. So drop a 2 in the comments, not 1. I'm gonna get a sip of water. Oh. Thank you, Steffi, Gabby. Yes, 1, 2. So good. 2, Mary. I love it. All right. So we've already established that we've invested a lot. Okay. Number 2, you've spent way more time preparing than you think. Okay. If you're ready to sell, you are. I'm very certain you are. And if you're here and you feel like you're not ready to sell, please drop that in the comments. Like, let me know why you're not ready to sell and we can talk about it. You've invested a lot of money. Number 2 is you've invested a lot of time. You've invested a lot of time in preparing yourself to craft. and be able to serve other people, right? You've invested a lot of money, right? You have a lot of money invested. And now you're like, wait, I've watched YouTube for probably 20 plus hours. I've, took courses. I've done this. I've done that. Like, start adding up the time element. Feel free to put it in the comments. Like, if you have an idea of how much time it is, it's probably way more time than you think. Because this is your hobby, because you love it, you have spent more time learning it than you think. All the time crafting, all of it. Add it all up. Okay, it's very, very important. So you've invested a lot. You've spent way more time preparing than you think. That is all business training. That's all that is. Okay, it is business training of what you've done. Learning to craft is part of your business. Okay, super good. Tara says 15 to 30 hours a week. That multiplies so much. So much. Fear. What ifs? I love the what if because some of my clients have fear of success and some of my clients have fear of failure. You're usually in one of the camps. If you're in both camps, you're going to have to do double the work. But if you have the fear, what I want you to do is I want you to go to that fear. And I really want you to ask yourself, like, what if I put myself out there and no one buys? What's the worst thing that could happen? Journal it down, write it down, feel it in your body, and then think of how you're going to make sure that doesn't happen, right? It's only going to fail if you give up. That's the secret. It's only going to fail if you give up. If you stick at it long enough, you're going to have a cakewalk, right? But it takes a long time getting to the cakewalk. People think like, I just randomly had success one day. No, it took like 6-7 years. 6 or 7 years. Obviously, it's exaggeration for a side hustle, more so for like a multi-7-figure business. So anyway, but you can see it's very important to know that. So I love it. Another friend said fear. Kristen said, for me, it's putting myself out there. So a lot of people, I want you to not allow putting yourself out there be like really detail that out. Like if you could give me more on that, like what's hard about putting yourself out there? Is it the fear of failure? A lot of you also struggle with fear of success, which we're going to talk about both of these at the workshop intensively. So definitely grab a ticket because I'd love to break it down. If you have fear of success, we just need to solve for it. Like if you get overwhelmed with orders, what are you going to do? You can start like putting them like lead times to 6 weeks, like 8 weeks, 12 weeks. And if they don't want to buy from you, it's okay. You have too many customers. So it won't even be a problem because you have so many customers, right? Notice how it's easy like for us to solve for the fear of success or the fear of failure. Because like usually, what we're fearing is just that nobody buys and that what's the point? And I just want to offer you that you're just go keep trying until you get an offer and you get someone to like take you up on that offer. Like you start putting yourself out there and people buy. And spoiler alert, if anyone thinks this is supposed to be super easy and like one Facebook post is go make you a ton of money, it sometimes won't, but it also sometimes will, right? It has to be the right product at the right time. And like, really, you have to know what you're doing. So just don't feel like if you put yourself out there one time and you're not super successful, that means you're not meant to do this. Okay. It's very important that you understand that. Yay, Donna. I love it. You're going to love the extra toolkit. So good. So good. Steffi said, for me, it's being lazy. I rather watch the same 2 shows than work on my craft. Steffi, what I think for you specifically, which we've talked before, I love that you are aware of putting yourself like doing the work. Like that's okay. It's totally fine. This is really good for you. I believe the action you need to take is just to get out there and sell more. Like you already have some crafts under your belt, sell those. And as soon as you get those orders, like you'll start getting dopamine which is, really good brain juice from your brain. It releases dopamine. Like when you get that order, it's gonna be so good. And your brain's gonna start wanting more of that. So like maybe like say, you know what, for the month of October, I'm not going to watch any shows. I'm going to invest in myself and I'm going to perfect my craft. I'm going to learn to sell. I'm going to put myself out there and you're going to start getting your dopamine from other ways. I was just having a conversation with my mom about why I think she watches. We were just talking about life in general. And I offered to her that she may watch too much TV and that, she should get her dopamine elsewhere, whether it be working out, whether it be on a walk, whether it be reading a book, something like that. So just be very conscious. I love that. So super good. Super, super good. And some people don't have a problem watching TV. Like, don't feel like I watch TV. I'm watching Homeland right now. It's so good. We love Homeland. Like, it's getting really good. All right. So you've invested a lot. You've spent way more time preparing than you think. Number 3, here's the deal. If you're a part of Makers Gonna Learn, you already have the commercial license. All right. This is why the Makers Gonna Learn membership is such a good deal. If you're not a member, let me know in the comments right now because I'll drop you a link for a special deal because like this is about to blow your mind. A membership to Makers Gonna Learn is, $27 a month, or you can get it at a yearly membership level, and it's like such a good deal. All right. The commercial use license is game changer. All right. Game changer. Oh my gosh, there's multiple people that are not a member. I'm dropping you with the fire emojis, like a crazy good deal coupon code. It's for $40 off the annual tier. It's super, super good. Now, here is what I want to talk to you about when it comes to commercial license. And this is why our membership is a no-brainer. The commercial use license will allow you to make money selling your crafts legally. You can use artwork that I personally have written a check to artists to purchase their art. All right. And then I give it to any member that has an active membership. They are going to take that art and you have the possibility to sell it and earn money from what you make. You can't sell a digital file, but you can sell anything you make and sell for free. You can literally make back your investment of the membership within a month. Like, where else can you do that? Plus getting all of our training, plus getting access to the 15,000 files, the 1,000+ fonts, the Facebook community, things like that. It is so good. Okay, I'm going to drop the link one more time. Deb, it is the join now and save 40 link. Just check that out in the comments. It's so good. Donna says it often feels like feast and famine, right? So if you're selling and you feel like it's either like I'm super awesome and like I'm selling a lot or I'm selling none, you're probably just not just out there to enough people where you're getting consistent orders. Like that's the only thing I think that means. Like you're just not getting consistent orders, which it sounds like was what you want. But if you have a order, like that's huge, right? So just make sure to enjoy that too. Marie, oh, I plan to be with you on Saturday. Woohoo! If something comes up, is it going to be on the site later? Of course, you get lifetime access to the recording. So you'll get to rewatch it multiple times. It's going to be so good. It's going to be super, super awesome for you guys to be able to like soak it up. All right. I can't wait to see you guys there. It's only $27. Link is down below as well. It's pinned on the comments. So grab your ticket while you can. Super, super awesome. Okay. So here's what I want you to know now is that, you have the ability to start looking at, everything. Veronica, can this video be restarted? Yes, you can actually rewind it right now. That's a secret. Just take the little blue red dot and go back so you can watch it, at the right step. So you've invested a lot. You've spent way more time preparing than you think. And you're already a part of Makers Gonna Learn, or you're going to join and you already have that benefit, right? Is this the same as the normal membership? Yes, if you're a member already, exactly. So you have that. You have a commercial license. That's awesome. Number 4, this is a good one. And I think like this is really going to help you understand that like I know exactly who you are. And yes, you have to have a ticket to come to the workshop on Saturday. It's only $27. It's going to be the best $27 you've spent like all year. It's going to be so good. I'm going to totally over deliver and help you so much as well to start selling. Mary, oh my gosh, you're going to love your Cricut Joy. I can't wait. If you want help mastering Design Space, your Cricut, access to our files, our fonts, click that link right down below so that you can, I'll drop it again for you, Mary. Highly recommend our membership. Would love to help you. So anyway, super good. Now, here's the one that like you all are gonna really know I'm like in your head. If you've thought about selling, guess what? You probably already have people asking to buy stuff. So you just have to take them up on their request. You literally already have people asking you to sell your crafts. And you just need to step into the, the selling mindset of like, oh yeah, I totally sell my crafts. And what I want to offer for this point is that this can be as easy or as hard as you make it. Isn't that sad? I love this, but I also hate it. This can be as easy or as hard as you make it. And the reason I say that is I make things super complicated. Okay. I make things super complicated. No one else does. We all do this. Okay. You just need to say, I'm going to sell my crafts and it's going to be so easy for me to make an impact. It's going to be so easy for me to over deliver for my clients. And just go show up and like make amazing projects and they're going to love it. Okay. So I want you to understand that you're in control of if it's easy or if it's hard. And if it feels hard, start asking yourself, like, how can this be easy? Like, what does easy look like? I love asking myself that question. How can I do this easy? So good. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Have become part of the Cricut world with the Cricut Maker 3. Oh, yay. Love it. Love it. Love it. You're from over the pond. It is so good. Donna, the class is live, 11 a.m. Eastern. As a member, I sell mugs and make my designs in Canva. I would love to have some extra ideas from you. Come to the workshop because you could literally possibly hop in on Zoom and like we're going to do a Q&A area where I'll like just answer questions and, talk about our business and your goals. So super fun. All right. So people are already asking you. And then last but not least, on my final point of why I want you to sell your crafts. It's a little secret that like only me and you need to know about. Okay. You ready for it? You'll be able to craft more. Putting yourself out there, selling your crafts, there is responsibility to it. And it comes in two ways. Number one, you have to deliver a project. Okay. That can be stressful, number one. And then number two, you get to craft more. Who doesn't want to craft more? Y'all, you will have guilt-free crafting. How many of us like wish we crafted more every week, but this happens or this happens or this happens? Like you'll just guilt-free craft because you're doing it for other people and you'll have fun with it. And it is so, so good. All right. I love it. Kristen says, OMG, I need you as my bestie. Kristen, we're already besties. Is it the same time because I'm from the other side of the world? It is not. You would have to just convert it. It's 11 a.m. Eastern to whatever time. If you're, just let me know. Super, super fun. So yay. Yes. Crafting is therapy. Exactly. So that is the reasons why you're already meant to be here. Like you're already meant to be doing this work. I'm going to drop the link to the live workshop. And then I'm going to also drop the link for a super great coupon code if you want a membership. One link says live workshop with the fire emojis. The other link says OMG, join now and save 40. So whichever one you want. Super, super good. Love it. We're going to do action fire and then I've got to go. We're going to go to the beach. I cannot wait. It's 3:00. I told Courtney I want to sit out there for like 2 or 3 hours and just like reminisce. We're here in Florida on a work trip. If you're tuning in a little late, we looked at an Airbnb to add to our real estate portfolio. And we looked at it today and we have had just such a great morning. I recorded a video this morning. We went to breakfast. We worked. I mean, y'all, you can literally have the life you want. You just have to be willing to show up for it. And the secret is you have to show up for it long before it happens. All right? Long before it happens, you have to show up for it and have that belief that it will happen. May take a month, may take 2, may take a year, may take 10. You're just along for the ride. You'll learn that the process is the fun part to any goal. It took me a long time to learn that. Anyway, back to action fire questions. Elizabeth, I just dropped the link for you. I don't want to overprice something because but I also don't want to sell myself short. Okay, Crystal, can we talk about your comment? It's very all or nothing thinking, and I just like to call that out. My business coach calls me out on that, and she calls everyone out on that. So I'm going to do the same for you. You're thinking all or nothing, okay? You don't want to overprice something, but you also don't want to sell yourself too short. So what are you doing? You're leaving it on the table. Here's the secret, and here's what I want all of us to agree to. I would much rather you say, Tanner, I sold a phone case for only $5 and I lost $1, than you just leaving that phone case and not that order on the table. Even if you lost $1, because you're gaining way more than that $1 you paid to the other person. You have to start taking offers and like putting a price on things. You have to price things. Okay. You have to. I don't even care if it's priced wrong, because for you to figure out that something's priced wrong, think about this, is going to help you price it right. And as soon as you price it wrong one time, you'll never price it wrong again. But if you're saying, oh my gosh, like I'm overpriced, I don't want to overprice it, or I don't want to underprice it, and you do nothing, that's not helping you improve. So I just want to call that out for all of us. It's not just you. Everyone does this. And I want to tell you, like, the experience of just getting an order in general is going to help you so much prepare for the next order. And here's the secret being a business owner. You're in control of your price. I did a membership price increase of Makers Gonna Learn in January because there's so much in our platform. And I'm in charge of that. I could make the price $97 a month. I don't know if anyone would join. I'm sure somebody would. But here's the deal. You're in control. So I changed my price when I knew that I was giving so much that I needed up the price. Okay. If you sell something for $10 today and tomorrow their friend calls you and says, hey, can you do this for me? Yeah, it's actually $15. They're probably not going to say anything. And if they do, you can just tell them, hey, it didn't make sense for me to do it for $10. I'm so sorry I priced it wrong for them. This is the price. And they're going to be super honest. And they're going to, just be super honest. So love it, love it, love it. Yay. My fear is making the item and it doesn't sell and I'm stuck with it. Zandra, I just use projects that I make for myself and just show that as a sample. And if they buy it, they buy it. And if they want a different color, it's super fun. But yeah, running with your advice, not looking back. Woohoo! I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys are awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you, Glenda. Loves the membership. So worth it. So much great education, lots of motivation, tons of files and fonts. Yes, with a commercial license. Love your energy. Aw, you guys are awesome. I love, love, love making YouTube videos. It's my favorite. So yay, I cannot wait. Here's the deal. Here's what we need you to do now. If you're not a member, holy cow. I will tell you, if we're picking between my workshop or the membership is like my life work. Okay? If you're not a member, it's my life's work. I'm very young, but I've been here pouring into this program for 5 years, and I show up every day for it, and over 10,000 plus customers. So join right there. Yay, love it. Kim, course price for Canadians. We do everything in US dollars. There's not a different price for Canadians. And if you do conversion, like the price is just the price. I want to be very clear about that. People message me and it's like, oh, I would join, but it's not like Canadian. The price is, US price. So just click it. You can see, use the coupon code for your membership. It'll save you the most and you'll get the most. You'll get a whole year. For if you commit for a year, you get the most savings. So that'll help you with the conversion. Obviously, US dollar is different than Canadian dollar. So super fun. Sue, the workshop that I'm teaching Saturday is $27. The membership is $27 a month. But if you want the cheapest price, an annual tier is the secret. Okay. Super, super good. Live workshop link. They're both fire emojis. live workshop link and the OMG join now for 40 off is available as well. I do just want to tell you again to wrap out. If you're not selling your crafts, come to the workshop. If you feel like you kind of have what you need to sell, you just need like support and training with your Cricut and files and fonts and commercial license, the membership's the best. I highly recommend everyone start with membership, and then you'll have plenty of time to learn more with our team and our ecosystem later. All right, my friends, thank you for hanging out with me today. If you're watching the replay, leave me a comment down below, and we'll see you back here real soon. Bye, guys. See you. Thanks for being here. Bye.